Hello everyone. Welcome you all for today's discussion. Today we are going to discuss prelims quiz based on Economic Survey 2021 and Budget 2021. Let us begin with the question number 1 with reference to the micro, small and medium industries in India. Consider the following statement. The government of India has removed the distinctions between manufacturing and servicing sector for the MSME classification. The MSME industries in India is classified only on the basis of investment and not annual turnover. Statement number 3. Amended Technology Upgradation Fund scheme has been launched by the Government of India to promote information and communication technology industries. Statement number 4. Protection linked incentive scheme has been launched under the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative to make India a global manufacturing hub. Here we have to identify the correct statement from the given below options. Let us see statement number 1. Okay, statement number 1. Yes, this statement is correct. Why this statement is correct? See, recently the government of India has removed the distinction between manufacturing and service sector for MSME classifications. These are now same criteria for both the sectors, that is manufacturing and service. What was statement number 2? The MSME, that is Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Act 2006, has defined MSME on the basis of plant and machinery or equipments. In June 2020, okay, in June 2020, the government of India revised and also the investment limit upward and also included the annual turnover for the enterprises as the additional criteria for the classifications of MSME. Therefore, it has included. Here it is given as not annual turnover. Therefore, it makes statement number 2 is wrong. Then we can eliminate option A and option B also. What about statement number 3? This amended technology upgradation fund scheme has been launched with the objective to modernize and upgrade the technology of Indian textile, not the information and communication technology. It is for textile sector. Okay, one has to remember it is for textile sector. Therefore, it makes statement number 3 is also wrong. Therefore, we can eliminate D also. Therefore, answer would be C. 1 and 4 only is the answer for the question. Okay. Therefore, answer would be C. 1 and 4 only. And also, one has to note the few criterias of MSME classifications. See, for micro, okay, for micro, the investment should be less than 1 crore and turnover would be less than 5 crores. Okay, for small, the investment would be greater than 1 crore but less than 10 crores. And what about turnover? The turnover is the less than 50 crores. Okay, and what about medium? Okay, for the investment should be greater than 10 crores and lesser than 20 crores. And what about turnover? The turnover would be greater than 50 crores but lesser than 100 crores. Okay, these are the facts one has to remember. It is given in the economic survey of 2021 of volume 2, page number 284. Okay, page number 284. Okay, so it makes statement number 1 is right, statement number 2 is wrong, statement number 3 is also obviously wrong statement. And what about statement number 4? Yes, this statement is right. The government of India, to enhance India's manufacturing capabilities and exports, has introduced the protection linked incentive scheme under the aegis of Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. Therefore, it makes this statement is right. Therefore, answer would be 1 and 4 only. Let us move on with the question number 2. Consider the following statement. In India, tele density in urban area is more than double that of the rural areas, and in India the average wireless data consumption per subscriber per month has shown up upward trends during 2019 to 2020. Statement number 3. The BharatNet project has been launched to provide affordable broadband services to citizens and institutions, especially in urban areas. Here we have to identify the correct statement from the given options. See, if you take the statement number 1, this tele-density is the number of telephone connections for every 100 individuals living within an area. In India, the tele-density in rural and urban are 59.1. Okay, the rural are 59.1 percentage, and urban it is 139.0 percentage respectively. Therefore, the overall tele density in India stands at 86.6% at the end of the November 2020. Therefore, this makes the urban area is more than the double the rural areas. Therefore, statement number 1 is right. What about statement number 2? See, in India, the number of internet subscribers, both broadband and narrowband, stood at 776.5 million. Okay, at the end of September 2020. The average wireless data consumption per subscriber per month increased from 9.1 GB in March 2019 to 12.2 GB in June 2020. Therefore, here it makes statement number 2 is right. In India, average wireless data consumption per subscriber per month as shown as upward. Therefore, this statement makes correct. What about statement number 3? See, the government of India has launched BharatNet project for achieving the goal of Digital India program. Under the project, the network interfaces is being established for broadband highways accessible for non-discriminatory basis to provide affordable broadband services to citizens, and kindly note down, in rural areas, okay, not in urban areas. Therefore, here this statement is wrong. Okay, here it is given as urban area, therefore it is wrong. You can eliminate C and D also. Therefore 1 and 2 is right. Therefore answer would be A, 1 and 2 only. Let us move on with the question number. See, before that, let me give you this question is based on Economic Survey volume 2 page number 297. Okay, let us move on with the question number 3. With reference to the lighthouse project sometimes seen in the news, which of the following statement given below is or are correct? The lighthouse project model housing project suitable to the geoclimatic and hazard conditions of the region. And statement number 2, the project is being implemented to provide impetus to innovate technology for housing construction only in the coastal areas of the country. Here we have to identify the correct statement. See, this lighthouse project or modeled housing project with houses built with shortlisted alternate technology. Kindly note down the word shortlisted. Okay, shortlisted alternate technology. Okay, this technology suitable to the geoclimatic and hazardous condition of the region. This will demonstrate and deliver ready to live house with a speed, economy and with better quality of construction in a suitable manner. And what about statement number 2? Statement number 2, this 6 lighthouse project, okay, here it is given as this project is being implemented to provide innovative technology for housing construction only in the coastal areas of the country. No, this statement is wrong. Why this statement is wrong? 6 lighthouse project, okay, 6 lighthouse project of construction involving the project cost of 790.57 crores are being implemented at 6 places. One is Lucknow and Indore and Rajkot and Chennai and Ranchi and Agartala. Okay, so these are the 6 places. So here it is given as in the coastal areas. It is not correct statement. Therefore, statement number 2 is wrong. Based on our discussion, statement number 1 is right. Therefore, answer would be A1 only is the right answer for this question. See here, we have picked this question from the Economic Survey, volume 2, page number 303. Let us move on with question number 4. Consider the following statement. Service sector is the largest recipient of foreign direct investment in India. Statement number 2. United States of America is the biggest recipient of IT BPM services export from India. And travel sector has the largest share in India's service export. Which of the following is or correct? Okay, we have to identify the correct statement. What about statement number 1? The service sector is the largest recipient of foreign direct investment in India. Yes, this statement is right. Why it is right? See, the gross FDI, okay, the gross FDI equity inflows into the service sectors, okay, and also it is jumped into 34%. It has jumped into 34% in the year of April to the September 2020 and almost accounting the 4/5 of the total FDI. One has to note that. Therefore, it makes this statement number 1 is right. What about statement number 2? Yes, this statement is correct. The United States of America is the biggest recipient of ITBM service export from India. What about statement number 3? Software services with a share of 43.70% as the largest share in India's total service export, not the travel sector. Only software sector is the largest share in India's service export. Therefore, 3 is wrong. You can eliminate and the answer would be B, 1 and 2 only. See, we have picked this question from the Economic Survey, page number, that is volume 2 of page number 309, 311 and 318. Let us move on with question number 5. With reference to the recent trends in the tourism sector, consider the following statement. Uttar Pradesh attracted the highest number of domestic tourists in 2019. Tamil Nadu attracted the highest number of foreigner tourists in 2019. Bangladesh was the source of largest number of foreign tourists visiting in India in 2019. Here we have to identify the correct statement. What about statement number 1? Let us see few facts related to domestic tourist. Okay, domestic. The top 5 states are, one is Uttar Pradesh, and number 2 is Tamil Nadu, number 3 Andhra Pradesh, number 4 Karnataka, and number 5 Maharashtra, accounting almost 71%, almost 71% of the total domestic tourist visit in the country in 2019. Therefore, statement number 1 is right. What about statement number 2? The top 5 states attracting the tourist, okay, that is foreigners. Okay, let us see about the foreigners. Okay, one is Tamil Nadu, number 2 Maharashtra, number 3 Uttar Pradesh, number 4 Delhi, and number 5 West Bengal, accounting to 69 point. Okay, accounting to 69 totally, it is accounting to 69.4%. Okay, of the total foreigners tourists visit in the country in 2019. It makes statement number 2 is also right. What about statement number 3? The top 10 countries visiting India are number 1 Bangladesh and USA and UK and Australia, Canada, China and Malaysia, Singapore, German and Russia. They accounted 67% of the total foreign tourist arrives in India in 2019. See, we have picked this question based on Economic Survey Volume 2. Okay, Volume 2. Let us see. Yes, this statement is also right. Based on our discussion, answer would be option D. D is the correct answer for this question. D, 1, 2, 3 is the right answer for this question. Okay, so we have picked in the page number 306 and 316. Okay, let us move on with the question number 6. Consider the following statement. The Consumer Protection Act 2019 introduces the concept of protection liabilities for the e-commerce product sellers for any claims of compensation. Statement number 2. Department of Telecom has made other service providers guidelines compulsory for the business process outsourcing services engaged in data related operations. Which of the following statement given here are correct? We have to identify the correct statement. C. The Consumer Protection Act of 2019 introduces the concept of product liability and brings within the scope, that is the product manufacturer, product service provider and the product sellers for any claim for compensation. Further, as per the new act, every e-commerce entity is required to provide information relating to refund and return, exchange, warranty, guarantee, delivery and mode of payment, grievances redressal, payments, chargeback options, etc. These are including in the country of origin. Therefore, this is a right statement. And what about statement number 2? See, the government of India in November 2020 simplified the other service providers guidelines of the Department of Telecom to improve IT enabled services BPO. As per the new guidelines, the registration requirements of other service providers are done away altogether, and business process outsourcing services engaged in data related operations have been taken out of the ambit of OSP. Okay, here compulsory, the word is compulsory is wrong. It makes this statement is wrong. Therefore, answer would be A, 1 only is the right answer. So we have picked this question based on the Economic Survey 2020-21 and volume 2, page number 319. Okay, let us move on with the question number 7. With reference to the India space program, which of the following statement given below is or are correct? In India, space sector is reserved for public sector enterprises only. And statement number 2, New Space India Limited under the Department of Space has been mandated to transfer the technologies emanating out of India's space program. We have to identify the correct statement. See, if you take statement number 1, obviously it is the wrong statement. Why? The government of India in June 2020 opened the space sector, enabling the participation of Indian private sector in the entire gamut of space activities. It will help in making the country self-reliant and technologically advanced in the sector. Therefore, it makes statement number 1 is wrong. What about statement number 2? The New Space India Limited, that is central public sector enterprises under the Department of Space. One has to note that this New Space India Limited is under the Department of Space. Okay. Has been mandated to transfer the technologies emanating out of Indian space program and enable Indian industries to scale up high technology manufacturing base. The government of India has also established a Indian Nation Space Promotion and Authorization Center. Okay, in short, in space. Okay, kindly remember, in space, for promoting industries and attracting the investment in space sector, which makes the statement is right. Therefore, answer would be B2 only. We have picked this question from Economic Survey 2021, volume 2 of page number 323. Let us move on with the next question. Which of the following initiatives are taken by the government of India to improve digital education? 1. Vidyadan, Swam and Pragyata guidelines. See, here we have to identify the correct statement. All the three statements are the initiatives are taken by the government of India to improve digital education. One has to know that here answer D is the right answer. 1, 2, 3 is the right answer. D is the right answer. But let us discuss few facts related to this Vidya and see this Vidyadan. Okay, in 2020, that is in April, this portal was launched on Diksha as a national content contribution program that platforms and tools to seek and allow contributions and donations for e-learning resources for school education by the education bodies, private bodies and individual experts. And what about SWAM? Under this massive open online, that is massive open online courses relating to grade 9 to 12 of open enrolling, and also around 92 courses have started and 1 crore students are enrolled under SWAM MOOC. What about Pragyata guidelines? Yes, on digital education was developed with a focus of online blended digital education for students who are presently at home due to the closure of schools. Okay, let us move on with see, this question was picked from volume 2 page number 335. Okay, let us move on with the question number 9. With reference to the skill development in India, consider the following statement. In India, more workspace is skilled through on the job training than formal vocational training. Statement number 2. For both males and females, information technology was the most preferred course for formal training. Which of the following statement is or are correct? See, both the statements are correct here. The answer would be B, 1 and 2. See, in India, only 2.4% of the workforce of aged 15 to 59 years have reached formal vocational technical training. But 8.9% of the workforce receive training through informal sources, that is on the job training, that is 3.3%, followed by the self-learning 2.5%, hereditary sources 2.1%, and other sources 1%. What is statement number 2? See, among those who received formal training, the most opted training process is IT, that is IT enabled services among both males and female, which makes statement number 2 is right. Let us see. See, this question was picked from volume 2 of page number 336. Okay, and today's last question with reference to the Economic Survey 2021. Consider the following statement. In India, around half of the total workforce is self-employed. Statement number 2. The highest level of unemployment is recorded among the urban youth between 15 to 29 years of age. and highest percentage of women in rural areas participated in domestic duties as compared to that of women in urban areas. Which of the following statement is or are correct? See, in statement number 1, self-employed is the still major resources of employment with a closest to 52 point, actually 52%, we will round off to 52% of the workforce was self-employed. Among the total employed, 25 crores are self-employed, 12.2 crores regular wages, salary wages, and 11.5 crores are casual workers. What about statement number 2? Yes, this statement is also right. The highest level of unemployment is recorded among the urban youth, that is age 15 to 29 years of age, and the lowest is non-literates at 1.1% among the persons of age 15 years. What about statement number 3? This statement number 3, labor force participation rate of females in the production of age, that is 15 to 59 years, was 26.5% in 2018 to 2019 when compared to 18.3% for males. And also one has to note that 55.7, okay, 55.7% in rural areas, whereas in urban areas 59.1% in urban areas in 2018 and 2019. Okay, therefore this statement is wrong. Here it is given as higher percentage of women in rural areas participated. No, higher percentage of women in urban areas participated. Okay, therefore statement number 3 is wrong. Therefore answer would be A, 1 and 2 only is the right answer. See, we have picked this question from volume 2, page number 388, sorry, 338, 340 and 349. See, with this we are